The Dallas Cowboys took the field for the first time open practice of training camp ahead of the 2025-26 NFL season. It didn't take long to notice that all eyes were on the wide receiver duo of CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. From the moment the Cowboys acquired Pickens from the Pittsburgh Steelers following the 2025 NFL Draft, it was clear that the Cowboys now had one of the most polarizing players in the league. They also had a perfect complement to Lamb, immediately giving the team one of the top receiving tandem. The duo appeared inseparable at times, even walking onto the field together for the first practice. They also had a great moment with head coach Brian Schottenheimer. Following practice, the duo met with the media and fielded even more questions from the talking heads on TV. Pickens didn't seem too interested in discussing the situation. He did drop a gem, though, sharing a new nickname for Cowboys' explosive pair. According to Joseph Hoyt of the Dallas Morning News, Lamb had nothing but praise for his counterpoint on the outside. CeeDee's a certain type of guy. I'm a certain type of Gim, Manziel wrote. So when you mesh that together, it's like Super Mario Brothers. The Dallas Cowboys took the field for their first practice of training camp in Oxnard, California, on Tuesday afternoon. But while it's nice to see the players take the field, camp doesn't really start until there is a little scuffle. About an hour into practice, the first dust-up took place between the team's second-round pick in the 2025 NFL Draft and one of the breakout stars of minicamp. Nick Harris of the Fort Worth Star-Telegram shared a video of a little shoving match between rookie defensive end Donovan Ezerwaku and tight end Brevin Spanford. Spanford was the lone undrafted free agent to make the roster last year. The two men were quickly separated. Head coach Brian Schottenheimer said before the team's first practice that he wants everyone to be competitive and was hoping to see players willing to get physical. This certainly fits the bill. Ezerwaku and Spanford are both hungry, young talents looking to impress the coaching staff. If they can continue the fierce battles throughout camp, it could go a long way. Cowboys star edge rusher Micah Parsons showed up to training camp despite not having a contract extension. He addressed the media Tuesday and expressed frustration at not much movement in negotiations. He has no idea when he might get a new deal as his agent, David Mulugheta, has called the Cowboys without a response. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll just see how long things take, Parsons said, via video from John Machota of TheAthletic.com. Without naming names, Parsons pointed out that the Cowboys aren't treating him any differently than they did CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott, or Zach Martin. The team made all of them wait on extensions, too. It's not like I'm getting differently than anyone else. I don't take it personally. I just don't understand, Parsons said. Parsons became eligible for a contract extension after the 2023 season. He is headed into the final year of his rookie deal scheduled to make $24 million on the fifth-year option. He has watched as the Browns rewarded edge rusher Myles Garrett, the Raiders paid edge rusher Max Crosby, and the Steelers took care of edge rusher T.J. Watt signed his three-year, $123 million extension Tuesday, making him the highest-paid non-quarterback in the NFL. Parsons can't understand why the Cowboys haven't yet done the same for him. Honestly, yeah, when you go around the league and you see these other teams taking care of their best guys, Parsons said. I've seen TJ got taken care of. Max got taken care of. Myles got taken care of, and he had 2 years left on his deal, so it's hard when you see a lot of people in our league getting taken care of. You just wish you had that same type of energy. Parsons, 26, has 52.5 sacks in his career, earning All-Pro twice and making the Pro Bowl all 4 seasons. He had 12 sacks and 23 quarterback hits, both career lows, in 13 games last season. He has earned an extension and sounds hurt that the team has waited so long for him to get his. If they don't want me here, they don't want me here, Parsons said. I'll go about my business. I understand the nature of the business. As long as I'm under contract, I'm going to do what I have to do to perform at the highest level. But if this is the end, this is the end. For a football team who has had their first football practice of training camp, the Dallas Cowboys sure do have a whole lot of non-football things going on with them. During the team's annual press conference to kick off camp on Monday, team owner/president General Manager Jerry Jones stoked a few flames relative to Micah Parsons, Trayvon Diggs, and Terrence Steele. These situations are all different from one another, as are the players who they involve. With regards to Diggs, he is arguably the best cornerback on the team when healthy. He has had exceptional highs while wearing the Cowboys uniform, and they believed more were ahead when they gave him a contract extension 2 years ago. The contract that Diggs signed has been a high point of conversation given one portion of it. Diggs did not meet the requirement for off-season training with the Cowboys specifically, and the team held the right to reduce his financial figures by $500,000, which they did. Diggs spoke to NFL Network's Jane Slater. So did Micah Parsons, following Tuesday's practice. Diggs said in the conversation that he was upset about the situation and that the team was aware of him putting in the work needed. As true as that may be, the contract said what it did when everybody signed it. The Cowboys front office has several things that we would all do and adjust, but they have legitimate ground to stand on in terms of their Diggs decision. Obviously, it makes sense for Diggs to be upset about it, but the rules are what they are, for lack of a better way to put it. That didn't stop him from also offering some thoughts on social media. They knew where I was rehabbing at. Was in full communication with the therapist whole step of the way. I am not behind on my recovery process. If we are trying to read the writing on the wall, then the Cowboys may feel like 2025 is their last season with Diggs on their team. After all, Jerry Jones was rather pointed in openly questioning the deal that the team gave him 2 years ago, as mentioned. Diggs' final words to Slater were that the energy around training camp was great and that everyone is in a good mood, so for all intents and purposes this matter appears to be one that everybody is moving on from. Micah Parsons has clapped back following Jerry Jones' pointed comments about him ahead of Cowboys training camp. After the Dallas owner cited injuries as a reason why the two sides haven't come to terms on a contract extension, Parsons, one of the best defensive players in football, continued to do his part and reported for duty at Cowboys training camp practice on Tuesday. Following the session, he spoke to reporters about his current contract situation and, in the process, took a pretty pointed shot at Jones. "There's not really much movement, man," Parsons explained. "I want to be here. I've always said I want to be here, but at the end of the day, they sign the checks like always. Let's see if they want me to be here. At any given time, they can get things done." He then answered when asked if attending practice is a tactic to hopefully speed the process up. "So, I don't think that helps. I'm doing this for myself and my teammates. This isn't for Jerry. This isn't for Stephen Jones." Parsons has seen several of his defensive end counterparts sign massive deals this offseason, with Max Crosby, Myles Garrett, and TJ Watt all having been re-signed by the teams that drafted them. Dallas three-time All-Pro, meanwhile, remains on his rookie deal. "When you go around the league and see these other teams taking care of their best guys," Parsons said, "you wish you had that same type of energy." A first-round pick of the Cowboys in 2021, Parsons has tallied 256 total tackles, 52.5 sacks, 9 forced fumbles, and 4 fumble recoveries over his first 63 games played. We'll see how the remainder of this process plays out as Dallas gets ready to open up the 2025 season on Thursday, September 4th against the Philadelphia Eagles.